Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 2 of fucking Beanzzz and Rice. My people, mi gente, this is Jos.
Alright, dude, you don't have to be weird. We all know your name by now, okay? It's been one episode.
Oh yeah, everyone just knows who we fucking are already. First of all, our names are one letter different, essentially the way we're saying it. So you got these people who are like Jose with like an AY at the end. And then the Spanish-speaking community, I'm sorry, I'm going to put you guys on blast, can't seem to understand Jos. Like, you can't just stop at Jos. ¿Cómo se dice? Perdón,
Jos.
señor. ¿Cómo? Jos. Like, what's so hard about Jos?
I guess it's kind of hard in Spanish, dude. I'm
like,
not
I
gonna
get
lie.
English people that get it far quicker than people that do it Spanish, but so that kind of irritates me, but okay.
Hey, my name's Jose, by the way. Thanks a lot for interrupting me, dude.
Okay, JC.
But, haven't seen you for a little bit. And then I see you today, and you make fun of my shirt, dude, you freaking monster.
Yeah, coming from the guy that posts a picture of me while I'm trying to set this shit up, putting me on blast, trying to make me feel all vulnerable and shit, you know what I mean? Catching my thick side, which is every fucking side, because I'm a fat Puerto Rican.
Hey, my shirt, I have that freaking...
Without my consent. And you should know, you try to...
I blurred your face out, dude.
Oh yeah, my face couldn't be seen.
Exactly, dude. We were pixelated, dude.
You know, speaking of someone who had trauma from lack of consent, you should know better.
You know what, dude? I guess that's a pretty good point.
You know what I mean?
I should know better lack of consent.
Maybe this is that was retro karma.
Now, did I tell you back in 6th grade when I missed field day? Did I ever tell you about that?
No, you didn't.
So I had this lady. You can, if you want. I had this lady. Her name was Miss Hall. Was my teacher.
Okay.
And we had this thing. This is the first time I felt American. We had this passport. Is what it was called. If you have your passport, you can actually go to field day. If you don't lose, you can get 5 punches. You're a good student. You go to field day, dude. So I'm good the whole second quarter of the year, or whatever. And like the last week, she punches all my things, my passport. So 6th grade, that's like, come on, dude. It's like graduation almost, you know? And I'm sitting there inside of the room watching everybody play field day, kickball, softball. And at the end of the day, it's sort of the last year of 6th grade. And she's telling me, oh, Jose, she's telling everybody what she thinks of them, like giving them a pep talk. Well, I think in junior high, you're going to be a great kid, blah, blah, blah. So speaking about consent, she tells me, and I didn't even know who this was at the time. But she's like, Jose, you're a really funny guy. I think you're going to grow up to be like Bill Cosby.
Well, I mean, look at your shirt now. Jeez. Not that anybody can see it,
man, dude.
Wow. I bet you if she's alive still, and if she listens to this, which is like a 1 to 1 trillion chance, she'd be like, oh, fuck, that's Jose. And she should write you an apology letter for that.
Right?
She should.
For ruining my freaking...
You peaked in 6th grade. That's what you're telling us right now.
It.
You peaked in 6th grade.
Now I'm nobody, dude.
So what you're telling me
shirts.
Is that story last time that you just kind of blurted out and came out of nowhere. First of all, you should see a psychologist.
When I got touched?
A therapist. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I mean,
no, not when you got
It was
touched.
like a fun... It was
the
like
lady that didn't want you to wear the
Yeah.
rubber, you know what I mean? The one that didn't want Jimmy as part of your trillizo, It sounds like you should probably speak to someone about that, first of all. You keep bringing it up, and it seems like a sore spot.
No, you brought it up because you said people that know about consent.
Yeah, I'm teaching you life lessons.
I'm just saying, this lady compared me to Bill Cosby. Miss Hall, this freaking animal.
Was it Mrs. Hall or Miss Hall?
Miss Hall.
So was she young or just not married?
No, I can't remember.
Do widows even have a pre-name?
Mrs.
Like,
Hall.
you know what widows, like, they're not called Widow Hall, but you know what I mean?
Oh, that would suck, huh?
That would suck. Like,
Actually, it would be kind of hot, Hey, how's it going, Widow Hall?
Like,
you feeling lonely?
My late husband. And you're just going to take advantage, you predator?
That's dude. I don't want to be an alien. I've already been called an alien for far too long. I'd rather be that predator, baby.
Okay. Predator's cooler anyways.
Got that predator missile ready to launch, dude.
You don't want to put no babies in nobody like the alien did.
No, but, fuck Miss Hall, though. She ruined a lot of my... I was a really bad student in 6th grade, but maybe not. Fuck Miss Hall. I take that back, Miss Hall. I was so bad in that class.
We're speaking as if she's actually going to listen to this shit.
Well, I did...
Let's track her down.
Was that Miss Hall?
Let's try to track her down.
I don't know. She kind of looked like... I don't know. She didn't look that good, now that I think about her. She had this like little nose, kind of like a little piggy nose. She had super curly hair. She was a little chunky, but she was short. And she always wore those like weird, those coats that don't fit you, but they're like super long, like the ones that people that smoke a lot wear. You know what I mean?
Trench coats.
They're just like
they gotta stay warm.
They're all
smoke.
nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got all that smoke.
They
got
natty.
asbestos on there.
Yeah.
They look like they've been abused. They've been in a couple of fights. They got a little stab wound in there.
They got that walking emphysema look.
Oh god, yeah. That's the coach that she wore. But
so was she a smoker?
Probably, dude. I mean, I would be if I was a teacher.
You think so?
You wouldn't smoke if you were a teacher?
Well, I don't think I would smoke because I find it kind of gross. So.
Oh, that is true. You know, I have a problem with people that smoke during the day. Like, if you're smoking in the afternoon, I'm okay. You know, I've been exposed to some smog, some fucking carbon monoxide,
sure, no big deal.
A couple farts, and you know, at work. But in the morning, dude, when I wake up and these nostrils, they're fresh, and you walk out and somebody's smoking, dude, that is the worst.
Yeah, you want to smell some nice fresh air at least once every day. It's good for you.
Dude. But I hate that. That's probably that, and for some reason I love coffee. I don't like to smell coffee like early in the morning.
No? Why?
I don't know.
Do you have trauma from that too?
No, I love coffee in general, but I just think my nostrils...
They're sensitive.
In the morning, you know?
Early millennial. Right?
They're just
very
like,
sensitive.
warn me. And yeah, my nostrils, dude. But I'm kind of an asshole in the morning side. So I'm kind of a... Oh, I used to be more of a jerk. Then I kind of started being a morning person and tried, and
yeah,
a little bit better. But
like you changed your ways in middle school?
In middle school, I was even worse in 6th grade, dude.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, middle school, I realized that it doesn't count. So...
You were an early learner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the first day, it's like kind of cool. Oh, I'm going to science class. And then you get an F and nothing happens. That doesn't even count. So I just went wild about it.
Yeah, like, what are they going to do? Other than imply that you're an idiot, there's not, like, what are they going to do? They're not going to kick you out for getting an F.
Well, and here was the funny thing.
I guess they could hold you back, maybe. I don't know how that works.
I think that's only elementary. I don't know if they can.
So they hold you back on you're a bit more, I don't know.
When you're a kid, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know?
You're so much younger, you've got more of life to live, so we'll go ahead and hold you back.
But in 6th grade in this hall, dude, I actually used to, that's when I started my first business. Okay, it was me and this guy, rest in peace. Name was like, what was his name? Clay or Lenny. I can't remember his last name, but he was Polynesian. He passed away like when I was like in junior high, but I didn't see him in junior high. But me and Lenny, when it would snow, we had a freaking like a soda machine, but it had juice, like juices only. It was like had those Tropicana juices, you know what I mean? So we'd get like the peach one. There was like a peach nectarine or something like that. I don't know the mixture. But when it would snow, me and Lenny, we would get a couple of those. You get a couple quarters, and then we would get a couple cups, and then we'd go take some snow, put them in the cups, and throw some of that juice.
You made fucking snow cones.
And make snow because we sell to the little kids that were like, you know, the 3rd graders. Me and Lenny, dude, we would sell them, and then we have a profit, you know, because we only spent like $2. All of a sudden, we got $10. You know, there's clean snow before everybody destroys it on the playground for, you know, a good day, 2 days, you know. So we make out like doctors, and then that's it, dude. Once the snow got packed or got contaminated, we couldn't sell that product, dude.
At least you guys were clean about it.
Yeah, we took a lot of pride in our products.
You did fair trade products. None of that GMO, HMO, PPO, all that stupid. You know, dude, fucking.
We had a little bit of human growth hormone in there before it was.
HGH, hey, that's good for you. It's really good for you.
Other than that, dude, we were making those legal slushies, dude.
Oh, you needed a fucking business license for that. No. They've actually called on kids for selling lemonades and shit. You seen that?
You can't sell lemonade anymore?
Oh, you can. They're not going to do anything to a kid.
Oh.
But, like, some lady tried calling, like a Karen, you know, one of those fucking people. It was either last year or 2018. I was like, fuck her. Like, someone should not kill her. I think that's a bit excessive. But knock a couple teeth out, you know what I mean? Just, like, pop her once in the mouth. Just lose a couple teeth, let her know it's not that serious, and move on.
Yeah, you know, I always wondered about older people like that. Like, dude, are you that bored, or why do you hate? You know what I mean? It's like, what bugs you to that extent where you're just gonna, be rude at a kid or get off my lawn or
yeah, like some things like maybe the lawn. Like lawn is it's a lot of work to keep up, right?
Yeah, but if there's a kid that just, let's say the ball rolls over, he just runs.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, if he's got like cleats and he's sitting there kicking your plants and,
yeah, by all means.
throwing your rocks and stuff all over, then yeah. But if it's just like, hey, my ball's in the back.
Can I get it, miss?
Nah, it's mine now.
I'm gonna stab it in front of you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Don't come knocking on my door again. I'm gonna shoot your ass, and your parents gonna have to drag you out of here.
Did your mom show you no manners?
That's fucking
You
crazy.
come here one more time, I'll kill you.
Yeah, like they threaten kids with their
Like,
life.
dude.
And a kid will believe it because they're a kid, right? This old man is not going to truly murder me. And then once out of maybe a billion times you see on the news, old neighbor kills kids. So it happens.
But do you remember,
Shit's
I'm not
real.
sure if this ever happened to you, when you like lose a ball or something, how fun it was to retrieve it?
Well,
I grew up in
government housing, so apartments. We didn't really have a yard, so
Dude, okay, if you grew up in apartments, your ball could still go on somebody else's balcony if they lived on the bottom complex or whatever.
They were all main level like floors. So at most it would be their porch, but that never really happened.
Because I lived in apartments too, and dude, I'll tell you.
They weren't multi-level apartments. They were like side by side ones.
Because I've told you about. Did I tell you about my businesses when I lived in the apartments? Or no?
No, you didn't.
No.
It sounds like you had quite the side hustle.
Dude, always working, dude. I never told you
No.
about selling carps to the Africans. Dude,
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because
told
you
you
did the
about
fishing.
that. Remember,
Yeah.
I caught that freaking magic carp.
Yeah, the
before it was
magic carp
popular?
before it
so-
became Gyarados. So
Yeah, me and the Boston's, dude. A couple of Merced, Brawlich.
yeah, I see that.
A couple of Amirs, dude. We were freaking casting out there, dude. Casting couch all day, dude.
Casting couch has a whole nother meaning now with the internet. So I hope that wasn't the kind of casting couches you were on. But earlier you had mentioned that we hadn't seen each other for a little bit. What have you been up to?
Oh, dude, honestly, last week was we were supposed to record, I don't know, yesterday or 2 days ago. And I was helping my mom do, like, gardening, because I'm good from when I worked with that guy Raymond Redneck.
Yeah, the good guy, the good old, yeah, I know.
Yes, the one that treated me like Django Unchained. But okay, so this was funny. So that same day, so it must have been Saturday. I'm doing some errands because I'm fixing, making a couple strips of garden on the side of the house. So I'm digging a bunch of dirt, sod, and stuff like that. And I want to go get some food. And I'm just driving around the neighborhood, the old neighborhood. And guess who's on his jassy, on his little electric chair? Raymond. He was out there still.
Oh, he's still kicking it.
Yeah, that's what he loves to do. He can't walk because he's got his ankles fused.
Oh.
And I wanted to say hi to him so bad, but the week before that too, remember somebody kind of caught the Rona. So I was like, damn, I wonder if he's going to, if I go touch him or whatever, you know what I don't want to kill Raymond, my first boss.
You're going to end him.
So it was a little bit bittersweet, but yeah, I just been working a lot. And, it was funny because my mom sent me this, she found this, like, chandelier online that she liked on KSL. Literally all of Saturday, I spent all of Saturday till, like, 9 o'clock working over there. So I get here, it's pretty late, I did some stuff on the computer. And I go to bed like at 2 in the morning, so I'm dead. And then I wake up Sunday. I wake up around 10, straight go to her house again to just finish. Because I'm like, I don't want to show up there. You know what I mean? This week, and she tells me if I picked up whatever she sent me on KSL, she has the audacity. I was like, I was here. I've been here all day. Like I went home. You know what I mean?
Like, mijo,
like 10 o'clock. And then I came here at 10 a.m. in the morning the next day. How am I supposed to do that? Like she was just watching me. You know how moms do that thing? It's like, oh yeah, we did this. No, there was no we.
Yeah. And then if you don't do one thing that that want you to do, like, mi hijo nunca me ayuda, siempre es un vago, es un malagradecido, siempre sentado ahí jugando el Nintendo, even though it's PlayStation or Xbox, everything is Nintendo for them. Just, yeah.
Yeah, translate. My son doesn't do anything for me. He always
lazy.
takes me for granted. He's lazy. Oh, man. Jeez.
Yeah, they just chisme, aka gossip, with their friends on the phone, telling their friends how lazy we are, even though we're really helpful. I hear it all the time.
It's the worst, dude. All these ungrateful Latino moms, dude.
Like, it's just like a rite of passage or something. They love doing it.
You know what? I see a lot of white moms. Oh, you made me a macaroni necklace? Oh, I love you so much. Oh, you flushed the toilet, Jose. Oh, you're the best kid in the world. You put your socks on. Dude, we gotta step it up, dude. These Mexican moms are slacking, dude.
And not just Mexican, Puerto Rican moms, too.
Man, what are we gonna do with these moms? We need to have a mom intervention, honestly, dude.
That's gonna be a joke. They're gonna try and slap us. Una galleta, una bofetada is what we call them. You know, right across the face.
You know what would be so cool? Do you remember the show Nanny 911?
Yeah.
Dude, what if they had a Latino ladies there that dressed just like those ladies? Like, what would they dress like?
I mean, that's like a cultural thing where, like, it's a joke, right? Like, the mom would just slap us. Like, there would be no need. She'd be like, salte de mi casa, yo no necesito, puta, or whatever. If they don't swear, obviously, they'd say something else. But, yeah.
Oh, man. Sometimes I wish I could dress like a nanny, you know? Where did they get their clothes? Nannies?
Hey, sometimes it's fly.
Dude, they come with these, like, limited edition. They got the Curious George, you know, like they got that jacket like Curious George, that yellow one. Where did they get that?
Like a Caroline, like that nice rain jacket.
It's like made out of wool. It's like 100% wool.
Yeah, cashmere.
They got that cashmere. They got that velvet.
It was all made by the same one person, so it's like artisanal. Just top, and they somehow ended up only paying $40 for it.
And tailored to them.
Yeah,
like, where did they get
They
these?
somehow only spend up $40.
Dang. And then they got their umbrellas.
Yeah.
Then they got their own bags.
And it's not Burberry, but it looks just as nice, if not better than Burberry.
Oh, and let's not talk about their shoes.
Also $22, the umbrellas.
The
clogs that they have like the double monk strap shoes.
Dude, they look like Quaker oatmeal. Freaking just set foot there on what's that, Roanoke or whatever colony that first colony. They got those beautiful shoes.
They're
Dude,
like,
this lady once, she had shoes made out of wood. She was like Dutch or something. She had those Dutch ovens on her
sleek
feet, dude.
knee-high socks. Never do they have a snag in it. It's like all smooth. Like, you know when you wear socks and you run into shit and it has a little snag, so the little filo, that little, I don't know what to call it in English. What's the filo? A little thread is popping out. No. Nothing but pristine, smooth socks.
You even think they're diabetes socks, dude. They're not, dude.
Yeah, they're like compression socks to help circulation. No, that's just their everyday sock.
Dang, and then what else did they got? Oh, they got a bunch of jewelry. They got like 800 rings in one hand.
And anytime you even try to ask them, like, yo, where'd you get that at? They just look at you, it's an exclusive player. And they never tell you.
God.
They just tell you how much it costs. And that's it.
They got a grill. One of them had a little diamond tooth right here,
encrusted right into their gold tooth.
And this lady had they were roast diamonds, dude. And they were from Sierra Leone before that place even popped off.
And they're in Europe, so you know euros is way more valuable than dollars. So they're making bank.
Man,
telling kids to fucking behave that their parents should have been doing to begin with.
One lady, she got mad and she took a goose out of her bag, dude. Just set it on the table and threatened the kid. Just a goose, like, what's in that bag? A goose? Dude. You know geese are aggressive, dude.
All we've done is describe Mary Poppins and the fact that she's real.
Hey, we're speaking truth.
It's real.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, I think, would you be scared to have a nanny like that, dude?
I would, because I wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
This bitch?
I don't know her patterns. I don't know her behaviors. They have that poker face. They're English, so that's like a strange language, like a dialect for me as a kid, like that accent. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with you?
You want a biscuit, and then they give you this like shitty, it's not even a real biscuit.
It's like,
come here, let me give you a biscuit.
It's like Harry Potter without the fucking magic. Except it is magic, you just don't see it.
You know, it would be scary if she tells you to, you know, like you're in timeout. Mother Goose or whatever, this lady, Nanny 911. She puts you in timeout. And she's like, don't you fucking turn around. You keep your nose to the wall, you know? And then
let's hear your English accent.
Fuck, English accent. Don't you... Expecto Patronus. Hail, little Jose. Is that how they talk? Yes, Jose. Jose, you put your head your nose towards the wall, and you do not turn around and look at me. And I turn around, because I get curious, dude. I got that Lacey eye. I got that Columbus eye. Or maybe I can call it something else now. That Dora the Explorer eye. There you go. That Diego.
That's right. Yeah, one racist thing for another.
And that Diego, boom. I turn around, and dude, she knows that I'm turning around. She can feel it. And as soon as I turn around, she's just like looking at me, and she like, her eyes just white. Get back to the, just some Satan. Get back to the
It's like, what the fuck is going on? And we know that your nanny's now Lord Voldemort.
Yeah. The whole time Slytherin, dude. I thought this was fucking Hufflepuff.
Just the nicest of the nice kind. But no, just...
This lady came in with yellowed out, looking like sunshine, and then what's darkness? Death Eaters.
Wizard Hitler is your nanny.
God, dude. I'm going to be scared, dude. I don't even feel comfortable talking about Nanny 911 anymore. I'm about to call 911.
That Hizzard. Hitler Wizard.
That
Hizzard. I think that's what they call him out in Europe. I could be wrong. Anyone that's English that's listening to this, please correct us.
Hey, did you ever have a nanny when you were a kid? Or a babysitter?
Honestly, my parents... I can honestly only remember probably 4 times where they gave, we had a babysitter. Like, when we were so young, obviously, they didn't want to, leave us for whatever reason. But they had a couple things. It was only, 4 to 5 hours. And it was a family friend's, oldest daughter that we knew. So it wasn't, it didn't feel like a nanny. It just felt like someone who, because she would play, video games with us or she'd watch movies. So it didn't feel like a nanny because by the time we were, 14, my brother and I were only a year apart. So, when I was 13, 14, he was obviously a year older than me. And then my sister was 5 years younger. They actually just trusted us to watch our sister. So maybe a handful of times. But, again, it didn't feel like a nanny. It was just hey, this person's going to be in charge while we're out.
I had this. I used to be the nanny, actually, dude.
That makes sense. At some point, Latinos, and this goes for Polynesians as well. I know that.
I was
sure.
7 or 8.
The oldest or the second old. If you're at least maybe 10 or 11, you now automatically just watch the kid.
Now, here's one thing that was crazy now to think about is that. So, my mom would sometimes babysit this kid. I can't remember his sister's name, but this kid, his name was Johnny. And Johnny, he had autism. So Johnny, he would always think he's like a frog, so he was sitting there leaping around the house, but he was really cool. So sometimes he just make weird noises, it's like, oh, what's going on? But we still play, me and Johnny were playing cars or something like that. But my mom was babysitting Johnny, but she would leave, and then it's just, I have to babysit my sister, Johnny, myself, and Johnny's sister. And we would love to watch scary movies, and the scary movie that we always watched was Halloween. And there was always this part, dude, where, I don't know, somebody gets stabbed or something like that, but Johnny, he would wing it. He was such a trooper. He loved scary movies too, dude. So he would sit there like a frog, He's bouncing because he's just excited. And the part where this lady's about to get stabbed, right when she gets stabbed, people will, close their eyes or whatever, cover their eyes when you're a kid. And Johnny, he would, scream like he's scared, but he would cover his ears. So he wouldn't hear the murder.
But he'd still watch it.
He just didn't want to hear, the lady scream or, the knife. And then we'd get we get so scared, we'd, walk outside of the apartment. So we're walking and Johnny's just sitting there leapfrogging behind us, and we just sit in front of the apartment till my parents came home because we were so scared, dude. But we were so excited the next time to watch it again. But we would do that all the time.
Johnny the Amphibian Gene Man, right?
Dude, I wonder where he is, dude. I think he's probably just 3 years younger than me, dude. But that was some of my favorite times was watching scary movies with Johnny. Or we would do frog competitions.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, you think you're a frog, dude? Dude, I think I'm a toad. I've got that toad.
Here's one thing. If an autism person has that one thing, that niche, you're never going to beat him at it.
Oh, dude, one time
killers.
One time we were playing, frogs, and, dude, the guy ended up all the way, three buildings down, dude.
It's crazy.
One leap, but that's it.
Do you have any? Speaking of side hustles, actually, to go back to like what I've been doing since we haven't met, I've been painting shoes actually. So
I saw your Homer Simpsons.
Yeah, those are for a customer. Yeah, thank you.
Dude, I thought you were kidding. I thought you were gonna draw stuff like me. You know, I draw weird stuff. Looks like an idiot drew it. And then this guy sends me this Homer Simpson. I thought it was like an actual, like you went to Simpsonville over in Disneyland or whatever, Universal Studios.
I appreciate that.
Looked like a souvenir, dude.
Yeah. So when I turned him in, obviously I saw him unbox it, and it was funny because he had a couple of his friends around, and all of them were like, "You literally painted this?" And I go, "Yeah." And at first, I'm not gonna lie, inside I was like getting mad. I was like, "Yeah, I fucking painted. Why are you questioning my fucking integrity?" Then I realized they were just like, "This looks like a factory made these." So, yeah, okay, that's a good compliment. So like, it was nice. But that's what I've been doing. It's just I've enjoyed it. It's nice. My favorite part, funny enough, is mixing the colors, just to get the exact same tone or tint that I want in the paint. Because obviously, I mean, I have a variety of paints, but I want it to match the specific color, so I have to mix it myself, and I like that.
Yeah, I was looking at the little outlines. I was wondering if that's like hard, like keeping a steady hand, or what kind of brush.
The outlines are easier.
The fine ones.
Yeah, I think the outlines is easier because I take frequent breaks to make sure that my hand doesn't get tired, or if like just mindset just doesn't like slip up, right? So when it comes time to outline, the lines kind of just bring the whole painting together. So it's easier for me because then the satisfaction keeps me energized. So I'm good to keep it. Like, it's weird. Like, I hold my breath almost like a sniper, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, dude, you're sweating probably, huh? Sweating bullets.
Yeah,
you probably look like the guy on Toy Story 2, the old man when he fixes Woody up.
Yeah,
he's a bunch of goggles and he's like, barely threading the needle. He's all precise.
He's shaking because he's got like the Parkinson's, and I'm only 30, and if I have Parkinson's, damn, I got to make some life changes. But yeah, it's fun. I just focus on it. I have like 3 lights that connect to another thing to just like kind of bring it down to make sure.
Do you sweat?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Honestly, like if
dude,
I'm really concentrating,
I'm that concentrated.
Yeah.
No, dude, I did a little bit of painting.
Yeah, I saw.
And yeah, dude, that's why. What's funny that you bring up your the shoes that you made is that I can't remember what other day, but it was like 4 days after you sent me the picture. I couldn't believe it either.
Sure.
I was like, God, he's pretty good. And so I was just looking at the shoe again. It's like, damn, that would take so much patience to just do 2 shoes. You know what I mean? Like, I did one painting. I mean, it was like 2 hours.
It took me about 10 hours to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like from start to like, if I were to time it, I didn't time it. I should probably time myself, but give or take, it's probably about 10 hours. Like I always put something in the background, whether it be like a podcast. I was actually watching an anime, so I just kind of put it there and on my laptop, kind of right in front, so I could watch while I was painting. It was nice.
So do you snack on anything, or is that prohibited?
No, I don't. I want to keep my hands clean. I want to keep the area completely clean. And it's funny, and because I should paint more, because again, I'm fat, right? I mean, no one can see me, but
they can feel you through.
I'm a big boy. But I don't get hungry because I'm so entertained. So I'm like, I should just, go on this fucking...
On the artist diet,
on the Gandhi diet, you know what I mean? Just not eat. Light myself on fire, burn some extra fat.
He lit himself on fire?
Gandhi? He didn't, but there was a group in, I want to say it was the late 70s or 80s when they were protesting the Buddhist, monks, and some of them lit
One of the monks lit himself on fire, right?
Yeah. So it's a joke.
He couldn't feel pain or something like that.
Yeah, he literally sat there, didn't scream, didn't flinch. The man's resolve was insane.
Are you good with pain, or
it depends on the type of pain.
Like when you got shots when you were a kid, did you cry all the time?
Did I get what?
Or you were getting shots when you were a kid? You're getting vaccinated, dude?
No, that never bothered me.
No?
I did well with sprained ankles and stuff. That wouldn't bother me. I actually am a baby when it comes. I don't want to say a baby. I like being left alone. I get super irritable when I'm sick. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to see anyone. I'll take care of myself. And people are like, what can I get you? Don't get me anything. I'll be fine. Leave me alone. I just like being by myself. So physical pain, I seem to do pretty well with.
Oh, I thought maybe there was something maybe that triggered you when you were a little kid. It's like, oh, we're gonna do the fluoride. Remember when you had to do that in school?
Yeah, and you with this 1 ounce cup.
Maybe you were the kid that was scared.
I always asked for grape, and it tastes like Dimetapp.
Yeah, it's
but I still loved it. I was I always loved it.
Never tasted what they advertised.
No, nothing.
It's what is this, dude?
Pool
gum,
cleaner? All my other friends bubble gum is the best. I was no, fucking give me grape.
Tastes like Fabuloso, bro. What are you talking about, bubble gum?
Yeah, you would swish it and then just spit it out, and teeth health was such an important thing back then, and now, I mean, I don't have kids, and I don't know of anybody. Like, I don't ask.
I don't think they do it now because it's probably like now it's like one of those things where it got canceled. You know, it's like, oh, my kid.
No, his DNA's in that cup.
MK Ultra and yeah,
stupid nonsense like that.
Something like that. But man, there was this lady. I don't know. I'm scared of needles. You know, like when they draw blood. Dude. I mean, I gotta listen
That's
to
a
like
healthy
DMX.
fear, though. I think. You know what I mean?
I gotta listen to like DMX. I gotta get pumped up, and it's like, all right, take as much blood as you want, but I can't see.
We ain't going anywhere. We're right here.
Yeah, they start. Well, I used to never be scared, and one time I went to this. I can't remember, they were drawing blood and whatever, and this lady, dude, she's like, the blood was barely coming out in the tube, you know, and she's like, well, and this one I was like 18, so I'm like healthier than the horse, you know. It's like I did a lot of exercising. I mean, it's like that's all you do. You're in high school.
You're just up and about.
She's like, oh, your blood's coming out really slow. You probably have a fat liver or high levels of cholesterol. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, you're probably not doing it right. And she's like, because I kind of looked down and I could not see her like actually poking a vein. You know what I mean? So I let her know. I was like, you know, other ladies, when they do this,
liposuction.
They tighten it up, basically, you know? So I'm like, other ladies, they usually tighten it up. She's like, oh, no, trust me, it's fine. So she goes in there, and even though she said totally fine, wiggles the needle inside of my arm, bro.
That's happened. I don't like that. It doesn't scare me, though. But
and then I just, like, looked down, and I saw her, like, wiggle it. Dude, I started passing out, dude.
Did you? Yeah.
And then this other lady comes in. Because, you know, she got this lady, she's like the CNA. She's 13. She just got one of these scholarships that they send her to draw somebody else's blood. Cause she's an advanced student. And she's getting college credit when she's 12. But she shouldn't be taking my fucking blood.
No, she shouldn't.
So then they get the actual expert in there. This freaking old lady. Nanny 911 looking lady. And just straps my arm just like in 1 second. And I'm like, I told her it's my... you think I'm high in cholesterol? She's like, oh no, she was just doing the job wrong, you know?
Of course she was.
But this brings me to another weird thing why I was asking you about fears. This girl in my elementary, her name was Bertha, and she was scared.
Bertha.
Big Bertha, dude. She had beautiful green eyes, and she had kind of like blonde hair. She was just Mexican, though. And every time that the fire alarm would ring, dude, she would start crying. Like they'd tell us, hey, we're going to have a drill. So they're letting us know. It's like, you know, we're going to have a drill at 10. So, you know, our teacher's like, all right, kids, get your stuff ready. We're going to get, you know, every single time, dude, like up until she was like in 5th grade, she would still cry. And around like 5th grade, I actually ran her over on my bike and knocked out all her baby teeth, dude. Like every single one. It was an accident, but I ran her over, dude. And her mom was so mad, dude. She got in a fight with my mom.
I bet.
Bunch of Latina ladies. It looked like freaking Lucha Libre there at the freaking elementary school, dude. I was like, hey, I was just.
It looked like they were having a 99% off sale at the swap meet.
Yeah, dude. Everybody was fighting, dude.
Los Angeles, you know what I mean?
But yeah, that's probably the meanest thing I've ever done to a girl. I ran her over.
It was unintentional, I hope, or was it intentional?
No, dude, I can't remember. At the end,
that's not the meanest.
I was just like going in circles.
I think it'd only be mean if you did it on purpose. But yeah, it's fucking like that was an accident.
But just imagine you're like a girl, dude, and you're like going in the 6th grade.
6th grade, yeah, big time for them.
Oh man, you got no teeth. What happened to your teeth? Oh, Jose. Yeah. God, that's not even a good excuse, dude.
No,
Jose ran me over with his bike.
There's no justification for her, sadly. God. Like, everyone would be like, well, you're hideous.
So hopefully she's doing okay. Sorry if I, like, ruined your childhood.
Berta, let us know.
Sorry,
bien,
Berta.
you good?
I love you. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for saying that you cried during the fire
You know, what I'm
drills.
hearing is there needs to be balance. You know what I mean? The homeostasis. Name of this episode. But, you know,
what the hell that is, bro?
Fears,
what?
Homeostasis.
Oh, homoerotic? What?
No. So everybody understands, right? Homeostasis is not the lead singer of Aventura. It is not your your cuate, I think is what you Mexicans say. We say pana, compadre.
Your buddy?
Broki. Yeah, it's not your buddy named Stasis.
Your
okay?
bruh?
It's not homeostasis. It's not a buddy named Stasis. Homeostasis is like finding a balance, right? And, with this Rona thing going on, maybe that's that balance. I found my little side hustle painting shoes. I really, really enjoy it. Healthy fears, I think that's a good balance to have, because if you're afraid if you're afraid of nothing, like, that's not a good way to live life. I think you have to fear some things in order to stay alive.
All right, what are you scared of, dude?
I don't like heights very much.
Oh, dude, I love you.
And then when I'm fine if I'm in a roller coaster and if I'm secured, I'm like, okay, no big deal. Airplanes don't bother me either, but like I sometimes go hunting or I'll go hiking, but it has to be like massive amounts of space where I know even if I just slipped and like fell down, I'm not rolling off the side of the cliff. So if it's one of those smaller narrow ways, I refuse to do it. Refuse to. So like when I go hunting, I like it because it's a bunch of big hills. It's not like cliff sides. I wouldn't be able to do that at all. I feel a really healthy fear of people that are like drugged out with no teeth. I don't like that. It creeps me out. Fucking no. It's pretty. And I don't like, if I didn't watch an 80s movie when I was a kid and liked it, I don't like them now. I don't know what it is. They creep me out.
80s movies?
Movies from the 80s. There's I don't know if it's the like just the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way people dressed and talked.
That scares you a little bit?
Yeah, American 80s movies kind of freaks me out. I've always tried looking back to think of why is it this, like, I don't know, it just feels dirty, if that makes any sense.
It doesn't, but I like it. That's a cool new fear that I've never heard about.
That's a fear I'm not going to say I'm afraid, but I see it and I feel uneasy. Yeah, so I equate it to fear. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable, so I'll equate it to kind of fear.
I was never scared of heights till I was probably like in... Dude, I don't even know. Probably like till I was like in 8th, 9th grade.
I mean, I could dive. I don't really swim often because I don't care for swimming because I almost drowned once. So I guess I have a slight fear of... well, not really. When I go to Puerto Rico, if it's like nice, clear water, I can get in. That's fine. But pools, they don't do it for me.
We had this... Dude, I probably have a bad time with girls because all these stories that I'm telling you, it's not Bertha, but now this other thing happened. When I was in 9th grade, in our health and fitness class, they brought a rock climbing wall, right? And it was like 20 feet high or whatever. And, I look at it and I'm like, I'm going to get cocky because, the chicks are sitting there. Everybody's watching you, so I'm feeling a little bit froggy. I'm feeling like my boy Johnny, I'm gonna take 2 leaps. I'm gonna be at the summit.
Froggish. You gotta go take that leap.
I'm gonna be at that summit, dude. I'm gonna be that Mount Kilimanjaro here in a second, dude. But I get there super fast, boom, and it's like 20 feet up, 20, 25, I don't know. And then they're like, "All right, buddy, time to rappel." Dude, I looked down, I couldn't do it. And it wasn't even that high, but it seemed high from up there. I just like froze. I was there for like 15, 20 minutes. And eventually, there's only like 3 ropes or whatever. So like everybody's getting mad. Freaking Jose tried to be cocky. Now he's stuck there like an idiot.
Yeah.
Not doing anything. So I went ahead and I had this crush on this girl. Her name was Carissa Gomez. And Carissa was maybe like 5 feet tall and she was like 100 pounds. Super skinny, super little girl.
What grade were you in this one?
Probably like 8th or 9th grade.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, you know what? So it's kind of like half of a cylinder, this thing. So she's kind of coming up on the right side. I'm all the way on the top left. And I just jump and I release the rope. And I start coming down and I just swing all the way to the bottom. I'm like swinging, dude. And boom, I hit Carissa and knock her off the climbing wall, dude. So she stopped my fall, but I landed on hers. That was like 100 pounds. I had the biggest crush on her, but she knew it. So she was like pretty cool about it. She didn't hate me, but
that's very generous of her.
Yeah, but it was still very embarrassing. It's like you land on your crush like that, dude. I couldn't even hit on her for the rest of the year, probably.
Yeah, well, how could you? You already hit her. You can't hit on her. Like that's
literally
blasphemy.
It would be abuse, dude. At that point.
Yeah. But that's what I mean, like healthy fear, because you have to have some sort of fear. I think it drives you to do something. But you can't be afraid of everything. I know people that are like always mortified about everything, always have some sort of anxiety. And I've dealt with anxiety. I think you do as well. But finding a nice balance again, that homeostasis, because we're staying at home, you know what I mean? And finding the one thing that lets you kind of be an outlet, which is, it's difficult. I thankfully have an outlet that allows you to just be at home all the time, and you don't necessarily get sick of it, but that might not be something for everyone. I think, unfortunately, I think there's some hobbies that some people can't do if they're on lockdown.
So what are your anxieties?
I guess I could equate a mix of anxiety as well as fear. I'm a claustrophobic.
Is that when you get too close to each other?
Like when you feel super confined.
Or cloth?
And you can't like move around. Like if sleeping bags, they have to be big, open sleeping bags. If it's like the mummy bags, olvídate, I will have a heart attack.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a weird one.
I get super anxious. Like, and I've even tried, like, I'll sit still, especially the ones that come down to your feet, because they keep you warmer if your feet are together, right? The idea is the body heat stays closer together. It doesn't dissipate. You're warmer. Nope, not for me. I need to have my feet open and free and moving. Otherwise, if I'm restrained, I can't deal with it. You know, insane asylums, how they put people in straitjackets. If I was sane before and you put me in a straitjacket for 3 hours, I will be crazy after it. I promise you. I'll have a mental breakdown and I'll be traumatized. I'm a claustrophobic.
So you'd never be a mummy for Halloween?
No, never. Too much shit around me. Even the idea makes me anxious. Have you heard of, they have it out in Utah, I think it's called Nutty Putty Cave? They closed it now because they've had too many deaths there.
Nutty Putty Cave.
Yes, I'm not even fucking lying. It's a real thing here in Utah.
No, not me.
They
dude.
used to let like the Boy Scouts and shit go run through them, and my brother and I joined one of our buddies who was in the Boy Scouts. We're like, cool, we'll go. I don't mind camping. We have a lot of fun. We do a bunch of activities, and like, let's go through the cave. I go, excuse me.
Where's this cave? First of all, dude, you got.
I don't want to say it's in southern Utah.
Okay.
But the difference, caves don't scare me. There's cuevas, caves in Puerto Rico. And you go through them, and they're big open ones, and they have the light, no big deal.
Oh, these caves, that's not even a real cave. They got a bar inside. You go in there, they got lights. There's people throwing fire sticks. That's the kind of cave you like.
These are respectful caves, okay? There's bats there that they live there, and in fact, they had a lot of the bat sounds that they recorded from some of the Batmans in those caves.
In Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But anyway, so those caves don't bother me. This is one where you crawl through.
Oh,
it's pitch black, and like, again, I'm a big boy. I was a big boy back then. It's kind of like a tight squeeze. My brother did it. I'm like, fuck. Like, thinking of them going while I was sitting back with one of the other like scout leaders, and I was just playing. We played like some baseball because a couple of us didn't want to go. I was anxious the whole time thinking about the other kids and my brother. Like, what if they get stuck? And funny enough, a couple years later, a guy gets stuck and he suffocates to death. And I was like, see, that's why I don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah, screw that, dude.
Like, even right now, I'm getting kind of anxious thinking about it.
Yeah, but I don't like to take white chances like that, dude. Sorry, white people, but that's what they're called, okay?
Yeah, again, balance. They sometimes don't have boundaries. Like, dude, what's his name? Evil Knievel?
Dude, I don't even know. That guy...
What color was he?
That guy, he was white. He wore a white suit, dude. That guy, he wore like a KKK.
Yeah,
it was like a pimped out KKK suit with the Confederate flag on it.
Honestly, it's not. Like, I mean, you could say it's racist if you want, but it is true, like almost factually true. If you look at all like those fail videos, right? I'm not saying you won't see people of color in fail videos, but the difference on what the activity is, yeah, you're gonna see some different skin tone colors. Like those that are up in the skyscrapers, tight rope walking.
Oh man!
What? Like no, those people that are riding bikes on like the rails of just a building or like one of those they jump off the fucking side of a building, only 15 stories high, and then just parachute last minute. Come on, guys.
Now that's the weird thing because for me, I always like doing like stunts. You know,
like so, parkour.
Not parkour. Like if you told me, Jose, you're gonna go off this bike and we're gonna light you on fire and I can do that. But if I go to like Lagoon and they're gonna tell me we're gonna put you on this little choo-choo train and we're gonna strap you up, I'm so scared of that, dude. I literally in Lagoon the last time I went on the old roller coaster, and I couldn't do any other ride. I was too scared.
I can't do the wooden roller coaster. That one freaks me out.
That's the only one I did.
That's the one I can't do.
It looks super old.
It looks safe because it's old?
Yeah, it's like, whoa, this guy's not going to go...
It looks unsafe because it's old.
No, to me, it's like, this one's not going to do a backflip or anything like that.
But it's made out of wood. Like, it's less stable after aging than, like, steel.
No, that's the one I did, dude.
That's the one that freaks me out.
Like, what's funny is like right when this Rona hit, like this year, one of my goals was just to like go to Lagoon, just to see if I was a man again.
Let's go.
Like I wanted to see, but it's so scary to me. Like just thinking about it, just like
I'll tell you one thing.
Like, oh my goodness.
I don't like the sensation of free falling. I need to hold on to something.
Tingles in your nuts.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you just get this.
It's like the swing, like when you're on the swing. Remember that?
Yeah, and then there's that moment where you hit the peak on your height and you just float for a moment, and then you start dropping down again, and then my adrenaline kicks in because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking break my back, but you don't because the swing eventually it catches you, levels out, and swing back and forth.
Remember how fun it was to swing?
It was.
Dude, man,
It was somehow liberating, even though you were just swinging half a circle, not even half a circle, like a third. But
you could feel the wind,
Yeah.
And then you could hear the wind. It's like, whew.
You would like just even your perspective and depth perception would change on whatever you're looking at. You know what I mean? Far, close, far, high, low.
Oh, you know what? Screw my mom. I'm gonna freaking.
And remember, then you start twisting in midair, so you're swinging and you're spinning at the same time.
Hey, did you ever? Remember they like twist you and then they spin you?
Yeah.
With the swing?
Yep.
They're like, oh, let's play twisties, I don't know, and then boom, we strap Johnny in there and twist him up,
and let go
all the way
and watch
up,
them,
and they just let go, his shoe falls off or something like that, Oh, that's the best.
I like amusement parks, so I'm not gonna lie. There's very few rides I won't ride. You know what I mean?
So you've been on roller coasters like the cool ones?
I love roller coasters, yes.
Oh man, dude,
it depends, like I said, on like the look of it, the way it's strapped in. I am very picky about it. Like if my feet are free and open, I'm okay with roller coasters being like that, but I'm not okay with the ones like that drop you. They just go straight up and down. I need my feet to be on something. So in Disney, I think it's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride now, but it used to be the Twilight Zone ride. You would just have a seatbelt on. You'd be in this metal chair, and it would take you up and then drop you. But because my feet touched something, I felt okay. But if my feet weren't touching, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, see, I'm getting anxious just thinking about you just being in the machine, dude.
It freaked me out the first time I did it. Like when I rode, I was with my buddy and his brother-in-law. And I'm not going to lie to you, my adrenaline kicked in so much. Here's this 19-year-old kid, because I was 19. I grabbed onto both of their arms and was screaming the whole time. Literally. But after it happened, I'm like, that actually wasn't that bad. So I kept going back, and I actually really like it now.
Okay, I don't want to talk about roller coasters.
Let's go to Lagoon.
I don't know. Just now you talking about how excited you are, dude. I feel threatened, dude. I feel scared.
No, we'll take it easy. Just
like I think I can get on that one that's like the Anaconda or whatever. That one looked kind of fun. Splash through some
the
water.
Rattlesnake Rapids.
The little Rattlesnake Rapids.
Ice Cube's on that ride, by the way. He pops out.
Oh really?
He goes to no, he's not. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's a reference to his Anaconda movie in the '90s with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I didn't watch that one, dude. I only watch real scary movies, dude.
I actually don't like scary movies.
Dude, that's why I don't watch movies anymore, dude. I'm not gonna watch Iron Man 6.
You like the thrill of the scary movie?
Deadpool 8. Like, dude, come on. I don't need to watch the same guys, the same movie every single year.
Did you watch Harry Potter?
I watched Harry Potter.
You like Harry Potter?
Up until like the fifth one or the fourth one.
Fair enough.
I then watched like all of them. Once it started, the Half-Blood Prince, Jesus Returns, Voldemort versus Hagrid. It's like, dude, that's too much.
It's Jesus Returns, and then you forget the ... from El Jardín, from the garden.
Dude, and then what happened to Snape? He was like the good guy the whole time, It's like,
Good guy's a stretch.
God, dude.
He had one maybe redeeming moment, but, he wasn't a good guy. We should do that, and we talk about it. We'll watch the movies and talk about it in our podcast, you know what I mean?
Some movie reviews, dude. I haven't watched... Okay, you know what?
Eater's Digest.
The last movie that I watched was actually a scary movie. It was The Invisible Man. Now
I heard that one's really good.
Okay, here's what happens to me. I went with one of my coworkers, Austin, and Austin, he always thinks that he doesn't understand my sarcasm very well. So I'll be like, all right, dude, yeah, we'll go watch a movie, or like, oh yeah, we'll go and do this, and he always thinks I'm joking, but. That day, I was like, all right, dude, we're getting off of work early. And this is like one of the last movies before they shut down because of the coronavirus. So like, all right, dude, let's go watch The Invisible Man because I want to watch a scary movie. And, dude, we go, right? And we get there to the movie place or whatever. Early, I'm sitting there, and it's just the two of us. It's like, that's kind of weird. And all of a sudden, kids start just coming in. just like 8-year-old kids alone. I'm like, so we look at each other. It's like, dude, what's up with these little kids? They're like just sneaking into these rated R movies, or what's going on? And so we sit there a little bit. Previews are starting to roll on and stuff like that. And then like a lady with like 30 kids walks in there. I'm like, dude, are we in the right place? You know,
school field trip, man.
And he asked this lady. He's like, hey, what movie is this? And the lady was so pissed. She's like, you know what movie it is? You know, like she probably thought we were perverts. So we walk out. I'm like, dude, I don't think we're in the right movie. No, we were there watching like some kid movie. And we went to the wrong one. We finally find The Invisible Man, and that one was already like 20 minutes in, but it was still a good movie. But the lady thought we were probably perverts. You know, it's just two of us, two guys.
Waiting for these kids.
You know, it's not like there was a chick with us. We went right after work, just two dudes, and then just a bunch of little kids, dude. Oh, dude, I felt so.
She was ready to put you guys on that registry, you know.
Dude, probably. I heard security was looking for me the next day, dude.
She had that little pamphlet, you know.
Luckily, Corona shut it down, dude.
She had a Rolodex in her purse, I'm sure.
Corona shut it down, saved me, dude. Corona saved me, dude.
If you don't know what a Rolodex is, Google it, because I'm not gonna explain it to you. And Google it.
Oh man, I got scared. So that was. But the thing with me, why I hate movies is, it's always the same movies now, and the same thing with video games. It's always the same video games, because now everything's like so costly, you know, like you have to have the best graphics, or there's gonna be this much money to make this movie, and there's only budget for Marvel movies because we know they're not gonna flop, so nobody wants to take like chances on making a different movie.
Yeah.
Or making
they monopolize it, that's for sure.
Or making different video games. So it's like video games like FIFA, NBA 2K, Madden. Your shooter games you play, Modern Warfare.
Agreed, but I mean, I think that this is going to be excellent for Reader's Digest, or Eater's Digest. It's going to be a good moment for you to kind of like branch out, because I agree with you 100% on what you said, but there is the anomalies, right? Meaning there's some differences. There's some games out there that I think you'll be pretty impressed with if you would just give it a chance, and you do not need the best graphics card for them. In fact, it runs on very simple systems.
Dude, I'm not going to play that game Rocket League like you, that's a car hitting a soccer ball.
No, I'm talking about Overwatch, one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. It's like a first-person shooter mixed with real-time strategy, like RTS type game. So,
dude, I'm trying to see freaking...
you have to be smart with
Tomb Raider or something like that, dude.
Cool. Those are all the same since PS1.
Man. Something like that, but Rage something else, dude. I'm trying to... what other games from
Womb Raider, I think, is the one you're looking for. The Womb Raider is a different...
Dude, they had Driver. Before they had Grand Theft Auto, they had Driver.
It teaches you kind of about the miracle of life.
All right, you know what? We're dropping this conversation, dude. I'm done talking about movies. I'm getting mad, dude. I'm getting triggered.
Of movies, are you open to the idea of watching anime?
Anime?
Yes.
Dude, I told you, the only anime I ever watched, I watched Sailor Moon.
Hey, that's a good one.
Okay?
That's a good one.
Mexico, they play a lot of anime, so I watched that, and then
in Latino America, they do.
I watched this one. Maybe you should look it up on your
phone. Even in the
Caribbean
too.
It's the one that they sprayed water on this guy.
Yeah, you told me about it. It didn't make any sense to me.
Let's see.
I mean, I do want to I'm interested in what you were saying.
And then he was like the hottest, but this guy was also the hottest girl, and he was the best boy fighter. But if he turned into a girl, he was still just as good because he had tits, and he would distract his opponents, and then he beats them up. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a pretty intriguing one because it sounds like something I've never watched before. Well, what we got to do is we got to have you watch a couple because I think hopefully it'll change your mind. You know what I mean? Latinos, period. Like in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and Cuba, they all love like Dragon Ball. Everywhere. South America and in the Caribbean, Dragon Ball's massive. I don't know about Spain. Spain is like... Hey, what's your take on Spaniards? Europeans that speak Spanish, or are they Latinos?
I found it. It's called Ranma. That's the one. Ranma, one half boy, one half girl.
One or the other.
Top 10 gender benders. I guess that's the thing.
But it came out early though, huh?
It's called a gender bender.
You guys, fuck out of here, you guys.
That's what it's, dude. You're in the anime community, bro. You just said you're trying to get me to watch all these things.
Hey, some of them are really, really good.
Dude, look how hot she was, dude. Look at her.
Impressive.
Yeah, so this is probably from the 90s, honestly.
That's very progressive, the Japanese culture. But they're conservative in other ways as well.
What is it called? Ranma. Ranma. So yeah, I'm not sure, but cold water, I guess.
Grammatidis.
So it says Ranma 1/2 is a martial arts manga. Is that what they say? Manga.
Manga.
That opens with Ranma and his father Genma in China. They both fall into cursed springs, and as such, whenever Ranma is hit with cold water, he turns into a girl. No joke. He physically turns into a girl.
This is that's when you start getting like, you know, some exploration down there, and this is all coming together because then Miss Hall mentioned the Cosby thing, and then when you were in your 20s, early 20s is when you had the incident of a lady wanting you to do things that you never consented to, which is awful. By the way. Like,
we had consented, but I mean it was an act of consent.
It was a
couple of side. She threw a couple side dishes on there, okay?
That you didn't order.
I didn't want. Yeah, I don't. And
you didn't want to pay for.
I don't want the coleslaw, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids eat free.
I'm just trying to get the gravy, dude. That's it. Give me extra mash and gravy.
She was like, "Hey, I got 5 kids. I want some more. Kids eat free. This is a full meal. Come get some."
It's just give me a side of kids meal, dude. I was like, come on. But no, that I watched that cartoon when I was probably like 8 years old, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, the reason I love anime, just one of the things is if most people don't like it because it looks weird, right? The style looks odd, and then the voices throw people off. But if those two things don't bother you, sometimes it's the best storytelling because there's no tied thought or idea. Like, it doesn't look out of place because it's just all drawn, right? Like, it looks weird and wacky, but once you just accept that it's cartoon, and just like it just looks fine, nothing bothers you. So that's why when they make live versions of these other movies, it's so difficult because they can't make it look as nice as it did in cartoon. It doesn't look out of place.
I don't know.
Like when you watch Batman fight Superman in the comics, when I read them on my graphic novels, or if I watch an animated film, it's fine because to me Batman doesn't seem human. But when they make a live action movie, you know he's a fucking human. It's like there's no way you could punch Superman, and
that's why I always watch scary movies.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, because Michael Myers getting shot 5 times in the fucking chest isn't gonna ever put him down.
Dude, he was like 8 feet tall, 380 pounds, dude.
Oh yeah, because a fucking Magnum isn't gonna kill a bear, and a bear's much larger.
Who shot him with a Magnum? Nobody, dude. These girls are scared of him.
Okay, I saw the last one.
The shotguns, dude. With the shotguns, you have to be super close to. Hey, you obviously don't know anything about weaponry.
I believe they shot him with a Remington 270 in the last one in 2018.
No, they shot him with the musket, you idiot.
In the chest, God. And that takes out like deers and elk, and he's just walking. He's like, "Oh, this is fucking nothing."
Yeah, he's a mechanic, dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
So you ever try to? Have you ever tried to punch a mechanic? You ever felt their fucking hands how strong they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to do something to a mechanic. Dude, you can't.
Someone out here, please do an experiment.
You kick a mechanic.
Get a rifle, a 270.
Don't do it. This guy's an idiot. God, you're going to go to a Jiffy Lube. I'm talking about a real mechanic, dude. These tough mechanics.
Victor Stiers?
No, dude, not Victor, dude. That guy's like 3 feet tall, dude. You think poor Victor?
That's why he's good at changing tires.
That guy's fast, dude. That guy's a little Speedy Gonzalez.
He doesn't have to, like, bend over. You know what I mean? He's at wheel height.
Did you ever go to the first Victor's tires when they made it?
My dad did when I was a kid. And he said it was an awful experience, so he never went back.
What, dude? So we went there for the tamales, dude. We didn't even have a car, so his mom would sell tamales, and dude, the line super huge. But they were like, you got a dozen for like $10, and it was just this like little brick house thing, and nobody was even there for the shop. It was just there for the tamales, dude. And then like next thing you know, this guy's rich. From his mom hustling tamales. She's like that original Paul Wall, dude.
She's laundering that money, you know what I mean?
She's the people's champ, dude. That tamale sprinkled with, I don't know, she threw a little bit of meth on one. She had the quicker upper is what she called it.
Well, her teeth mind-blowing.
And then she had the sleeper. She had that one, the sleeper.
Yeah.
Then she hit you with the crisp and wall, dude.
Did she have that mind-blowing teeth? Giving everybody chills?
Dude, I can't remember her teeth, honestly, dude. I just remember she was like really old. I don't think she would even look you in the eye. You know, like some of those older, at least like Mexican ladies, when they're like 180, they just like don't look you in the eye.
They just want to do whatever they're doing.
Because you're a man. Or like.
They just want to do what they're doing.
Yeah, it's weird. So they're kind of just like robots.
Yeah. Well, as the name states, beans and rice, very wholesome, complete protein, all your amino acids, carbohydrates, and that protein. You know what I mean? If I were ever vegan, which I never will be, I did do a plant-based diet for 6 months. I was miserable because it was just too much fucking work, quite frankly.
A lot of cooking?
A lot of cooking, which is fine. I don't mind, but I felt so limited. You know what I mean?
Sweaty in the kitchen. Oh, you're steaming the spinach, dude.
Like it just became limited. And then I realized that you can probably have some things that taste similar, but at this point you have like all this fake fucking synthetic ingredients, and so it goes. People are like, ugh, healthy. I was like, I don't think it's healthy to have all these fucking fake ass ingredients. Not that I care, but that's just not a good point for me because I think it's not valid.
Yeah, and I have a lot of like the Impossible Burger and stuff like that.
Yeah, I try, and sometimes those black bean burgers are delicious.
Oh, dude, I tried black bean burger.
Some veggie hot dogs are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Some tofu stuff is okay. Like there is a lot of good vegan options. I just don't. It's not something I can do. I tried it 6 months, just not for me. Maybe later in life when I'm like everything's
what did you poop?
Fucking me up. I have the regular same bowel movements, quite frankly.
So the poop, like it was like the same consistency. It wasn't like
for the most part. I think it was softer. I guess slightly softer.
So you had to wipe
more. I felt
more?
it stink more though. I felt that there was more, and maybe it's because I was like adding things like garlic and kale and things that are more pungent because I had to make up for flavor.
Dude, how about kale? What a tease, right? You get like a whole thing of kale. Oh, dude, this looks like I can feed a dinosaur. I'm gonna feed all of Ethiopia. You can run through it,
and you're still hungry.
When you cook it, dude, there's barely anything in there.
Because it's like 95%
fake
water.
Fake news, dude. What's up with these freaking spinaches, dude?
Yeah, but wholesome advice, right? Wholesome. Beans and rice is wholesome. Let's give some wholesome advice. What is your wholesome advice to our listeners out here?
Dude, I haven't thought about any wholesome advice this week. Maybe, I guess maybe now, if you haven't found like an extra hobby or maybe, I guess you were talking about like your anxiety or whatever. Like if you haven't found out things that you kind of suck at, like I found a lot of things that I sucked at, just spending so much time in quarantine or whatever, or things that I can be better at, that now I can just kind of be normal. You know what I mean? So if you haven't found that with all this extra time, like it doesn't matter if you've done, I'm not sure, you started up like a side thing, like you're doing shoes and stuff like that. Like that doesn't even matter. Like if you haven't even found maybe I guess your flaws or whatever that you could work at, I mean, those are free, so maybe by now, everybody should know kind of their flaws and what they need to work on, whether it's like saving money or just being more thankful or spending more time with your family and stuff like that. I mean, that's plenty of time and things that you don't need any money to change. So I guess that's probably my wholesome advice to already figure out what you need to be better at.
Yeah.
Just start working on it.
Some self-care. The other day, work was a bit crazy, just a bunch of things happening. I think it was cool because I went and sat down on one of the breaks I had to take. Just I'm like, I need to step away for a moment. Went on to an app, just played some ocean sounds, closed my eyes, and I dozed off for like 10 minutes, and it was nice. Just clearing your mind. Take a moment to just breathe. I think that we have more time now, right? There's less time spent in traffic. We're at home cooped up. Give yourself a little mental retreat.
Yeah, and maybe also with that being said, like, stay off of social media a little bit, because you can consume now, if there's like no time, you can probably consume like more time on social media, just like looking at other things and stuff. Than, I mean, you can still be on the internet or whatever, but I mean, I'd rather you learn something than just to be, because by the time you're like sitting there clicking or viewing stuff, like I try to just be on there for an hour, then if I'm over it, my phone will kick me out.
Yeah, I use social media a little bit. Speaking to painting, like, it's almost, I don't want to say it's a curse because it actually makes me happy. I like see things that I have at home, like these jackets or whatever, and I'm like, I want to paint something on here. So I'll be painting some anime stuff on one of my jean jackets just to eventually wear. So I've actually used not just the painting, I'm actually gonna maybe change up my fashion style a little bit just for the hell of it, right? Like, who cares?
See, so use it, I guess, for something positive, or you're doing something with social media, I guess, not to just...
But and to your point, I keep it limited, though, right? Because if I spend my whole time looking at it, I'm never going to do anything.
Right.
So I look, I'm like, okay, I draw inspiration from these things, or I'll use this as a point of reference. I'm going to go, buy this shirt, or this pair of shoes, or these pants, or I got the art idea in my mind, so I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to get to work.
Yeah. So yeah, just be mindful of your extra time and just your energy. Don't waste your energy, I guess, on unnecessary things that you see.
Yeah, for sure. Again, homeostasis. Find that balance. Stay at home.
Learn how to cook.
Yeah, even if it's just
watch some scary movies.
Watch some scary movies. Watch some anime.
Some anime.
Expelliarmus your ass on the couch and watch some Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, dude.
Yeah. Stay away from Nannies.
Couple video games. Yeah, stay away from Nannies. That's
don't
one,
need
dude.
them.
They're out of work right now. The Nannies.
Well, I actually would imagine. I would imagine the general population's out of work.
Damn.
But for those few rich people that just don't want to deal with their kids, mostly in California. It's just a little joke. Californians don't like raising their own kids. Sorry if you're from California, but prove me wrong. They probably...
Shout out to all the Mexicans in California. I know you like to raise your kids. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I said rich people.
Oh, rich people. Okay. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Putting his
Like,
kid
I don't want to raise my fucking kid. Where's that nanny?
Puts him on top of that. What's that? Robo vacuum or whatever it's
the
called.
little Roomba.
That Roomba, dude. It's
Like,
like,
just
dude,
spinning around.
that little kid's like, this is my best friend.
Yeah, I
Roomba.
guarantee you right now, like, if you're one of those nannies that happen to look out, geographically speaking, or in the demographic area that you're in, they're probably raking in some cash. But there's probably several that use it as a small means of income, and they're out. You know what I mean?
I wish I could be a nanny, dude. Like a living nanny, like at Hogwarts, you know?
Like where you live, like they have that extra house in the
dude,
back, and that house is
house.
nicer than anything I could afford.
Yeah, they're like, oh, dude, this is my guest front yard. 300 acres.
Yeah, and then the house itself, the guest house, is like 4,500 square feet minimum with an unfinished
That's
basement.
the bathroom.
Yeah. You can park your car inside the fucking house. You can do donuts in your house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude.
God, man. I've seen some of those. I'm like,
God.
that's literally fuck you money. It's just
but it would be nice right now during the quarantine if you had a house that big, you know, because like...
How could you imagine the stuff you would do? Like,
oh, this house, dude, I'm going to go missing in this side of the house. It's going to be all this.
I would paint murals. Like, I would just
dude,
fucking set up a rock climbing thing.
Dude, ride
even
a
though I would never
scooter
be
if
able
you're
to
a
get to the
kid,
top.
oh, man.
You know, I just do fucking crazy shit. Barbecues every day, like Dr. Dre.
All right, dude. But, well, hopefully we're going to have to start posting these now. So hopefully weekly.
Yep. Look for our Eater's Digest. It's going to be special, shorter, segmented clips of us just talking about whatever that topic is. It could be anything, sports, movies, any kind of media. Something we know nothing about, but we're going to dive into it anyways.
We'll do some research first, though, you know. But so we have to get better at social media, maybe.
We're going to have to be. I mean, we're going to spend a little bit more extra time just to give people what they need because we are a voice of the people. So stay safe, stay sane. Signing out, it's your boy Jos.
All right, and then so say love you guys, and thanks for listening. If you listened, if not, then maybe listen next time, you jerks. Bye.
Bye.